So I'm very excited today. On the Good Ship Illustration podcast, we have Alice Bowsher, who's an illustrator, and really, we've got quite a loose agenda because I'm just really nosy about your creative process and your creative career journey in general. Because we had a little chat before I hit record. Basically, I'm obsessed with your work and love it so much. It gives me
Oh, thank you.
like when you want to bite a baby, like, oh, I love it so much. I feel like that about your work, which I think is a good reaction to evoke in people.
Yeah, that's great. Mission accomplished.
Yeah. Wait, tick. I think the first time I saw your work was I went to Australia last year and I was just wandering around like you do, and the buildings are all really cool. And then there was this big glass building and it was covered in your illustrations. And I was like, what is this? Like, why are all these cool illustrations on this building? And it was for a bank, the Anna Bank. And I was like, what is Anna Bank? And how is a bank allowed to be called Anna? Anyway, so that was my, like, for the first time I saw your work, and I was just in love from love at first sight.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so lovely. Oh, that Anna project was so much fun. That was such a great project to work on.
Since then, the Anna, we like as the Good Ship, we have the Anna Bank app, and even like the animations in the app are so cool, and they've got like your illustration throughout. Like it's incredible.
It's so smart. Yeah, I worked with NB Studio on that, and it was just so much fun, and they were so keen to have the illustrations running through the whole project rather than just sticking an illustration in every so often. It was like they really are the brand, which is really exciting.
Yeah, because so often you'll see it like in the marketing, they'll have illustration and it's gorgeous, and then you get to the actual product and you're like, oh, you just use that.
Yeah, very serious.
Reel me in. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I jumped straight in there, but let's backtrack. I would love to know about your creative career and how you got started, how you ended up where you are today. Yeah.
So I did my foundation at De Montfort University in Leicester, because I'm from nearby Leicester, and then went to Bath School of Art and Design to do, then it was Bath School, I think it's Bath Spa now, to study fine art. And then when I got to uni to do fine art, they put me in now I would love it, but I had a studio space, just empty white walls, and they were like, you can do whatever you want. And it was too much for me, I think, after, because I had a year out where I worked and then travelled a little bit, and I think it was just way too much, jumping into too much freedom. And then my friend that I was living with, she would come back, she was on graphics, and she'd bring all these briefs home, and it just wasn't what I thought graphics was at all. And from there I was like, I think I need to switch. So I managed to talk them into letting me switch, even though I'd done no graphics. I was terrible at typography and terrible at design in general. But then I had a really good tutor who, I think she saw I was probably working on something dreadful, and in the margin of my notebook, she saw a little illustration. She was like, "Well, why don't you just do that for your actual work?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, can I do that?" And then I did, and then from there, I was like, "Oh, yeah, guess I'm an illustrator now." And just went from there and graduated in 2013, and then moved home and worked in a shoe shop for a while whilst I was doing my drawing at home in the garage. And then at the time there was a place called YCN, which still exists, but it's a different company now. Same company, but they do something different. And at the time it was an illustration agency, a shop, and a design studio. And they had
they're doing stuff with AD at the same sort of time. I feel like
it was. They were on Red Church Street, and it was it was really great. There was a lot going on under that roof. And they did YCN Awards. That's right. So they did loads of different things. And they had an internship as an in-house illustrator. So I applied for that. And I think it was, I can't remember, it was 2 weeks or a month. But you went and you did all the editorial illustration for the website. So it was getting used to working on really quick turnaround projects. And then you'd illustrate cards for some of the members, and it was such an amazing opportunity. And it was also really great because I was sat within the illustration agency, so I'd got to see how it worked from that side.
So
and then after I finished the internship, they signed me onto the agency, which was great. And then I started getting some little jobs in. Then I moved to London and at one point I had 3 part-time jobs and was doing illustration like in the evening. And then gradually I managed to cut off the jobs as I got more work in, and then became full-time, I think like 20, 15 maybe. I can't remember now. But yeah, it's just always a balancing act. But yeah, and then just had a nice time doing illustration since.
Brilliant. So I suppose if when you were working for that agency, it was YCN you were working for, is that right?
Yeah.
And did you have an agent, or was it just because you worked for the agency that was all handled by them?
So I had an agent with them, and then when they got rid of their illustration agency as part of their business model, a couple of the people from there left and set up Grand Matter, who represent me now.
How Grand Matter happened?
Yeah,
because their stuff is so cool, and I often admire their website, and I'm like, man, these are some cool dudes. Like,
yeah, they're so
that
great.
makes sense then if they're from YC. This is like illustration history.
I know, it really does feel like a little slice in time. But yeah, so yeah, and I'm still represented by them now, which is great. So I feel like I've got a really good relationship with them. Yeah.
Brilliant. Nice. So yes, do you get like does basically all your work come through Grand Matter then?
Most of it I actually get, well, it depends. Some of it goes through Grand Matter, or some projects come direct to me and then I put them through Grand Matter.
Yeah.
Cool. But then I still get to do my own personal work and have my little Substack and stuff, which I do by myself. But I think I'm definitely an agent person. I'm not very money minded and I'm not very time savvy. And I think I get too excited about projects. So if it was up to me, I'm just like, yeah, I'll do it all. And
yes to everything. Yeah. What is time? I don't need to sleep or eat.
So they rein me in a bit, which is nice.
That's good. Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to have an outside brain to be like, no, calm.
Yeah.
Focus on these things. Charge more for this and just have a rest.
Yeah, and I think I'd stress myself out too much if I was doing all my own pricing, and it's just it's a huge job.
It really is. I feel like it is a whole separate. I mean, it is because people are agents. Like, it is a whole separate set of skills and everything, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think when I graduated uni, I think there's a lot of people sniffing around graduate shows for trying to get deals, and I think I probably said yes to some things that. They weren't very well paid and stuff, but I think I was just so excited to have someone who didn't know me, had seen my work and wanted to do stuff, that I just said yes. And then it was, I think, having that experience of sitting or working within an illustration agency, that I was like, oh, you can, like, I learned, how much things should cost, and it was reasonable, and just timings of projects and things. And it was nice watching big projects happen behind the scenes and knowing that it was possible.
Yeah.
I think realizing it was possible gave me a bit of a boost to, this could be a viable career.
Yeah, that's so true. Because I don't know about you, but when I was at uni, they got these like big pricing books out. I think there was a German one, and they were like, this book will tell you how much to charge. And you were like, will it though? Because you don't see anybody actually charging that, and you're like, I don't believe the book. But then if you're in an actual studio seeing people charge that, it all makes so much more sense.
Yeah, my gosh, I don't even think we had the book at uni. Yeah, I don't even remember.
And it's like, even like online pricing calculators for illustrators and stuff, we were like, put all my details in, and it's saying that I should charge like 20 grand, but I don't believe that. So yeah,
I think, and it just seems like so much money. You're like, no way, like, I can't do that. And then when you actually break it down into like usage and time and the time it's taken you to get to where you are, rather than just your time working on it, you're like, oh, okay, it makes a bit more sense now.
Yes. And is that something you've ever struggled with? Because I know even you mentioned there, like, your first illustration was in the margins. And I think that's maybe the thing I love about your work, is that it's like deceptively simple, because it's just like a gorgeous, quick, it looks like a quick thing. I don't know if it is a quick thing, but have you found that hard to uncouple the freshness and just like, bloop, for being paid lots, so this should take me weeks and I must be sweating and crying over it?
I think I got over that quite quickly at uni, because I'd have certain jobs that projects on that we would work on, and I'd spend ages trying to slave over something that was like immaculate and really detailed, and then it'd be like, oh, but quite like that sketch you did for it over there, and okay. And then I think getting over the guilt of the final product being simple and that being completely fine, I think that was a hurdle to get over. But now I'm just so much more confident with it. And I think Instagram, not so much now, but as it was so good for sharing like your work in progress, your final things, and realizing that there's so much work behind that simple thing. But I've really waffled on now. I can't really get to the bottom of what I'm trying to say.
No,
But
I hear exactly what you said. Like, I suppose Instagram was like, you'd show a quick thing and you'd be like, meh, and then everyone goes, way, that's amazing. You're like, oh, but that was just a quick thing. You like this?
Yeah, exactly. And oh my gosh, I can't really think what I was going to say. But yeah, I think
you have the best excuse because you have a 4-month-old baby. So
I do.
Everyone knows that the brain goes into the placenta, and then with the baby goes the brain after. So
yeah, I'm working really hard tonight.
You're doing so well, so well.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. How's your relationship with social media, actually, on that thread?
I go through phases. I think sometimes I can spend too long on it and get really caught up in comparing my work to other people's, and then you just end up in a bit of a black hole. Other times I can go on it and it's so fun seeing what other people are working on. And I think that feeling of when kind of jobs were a little bit quieter and other people getting big projects in, it's so exciting. It's like, great, there's work out there, people are getting the jobs. And so yeah, it's very mixed. And I think for me, posting, I've really tried not to get too bogged down in like likes and how many people see it and like the algorithm and stuff. I try to not like play along with like, oh, I've got to show my face or I've got to do a carousel or a reel, and I understand why you would, but I think I get too addicted to it. So I just think of it as like, oh, I've done this, I'm quite happy with it, I'll just put it up. Or I found this really funny, I'm happy to look at that, whether anyone else looks at it or not. But I think that's why I started a Substack as well, because when I first started my Substack, I didn't really follow that many people. So I had nothing to base it on. And I was like, oh, this is fun because I can just make up what I want. And I don't want to write loads, but I can share loads of pictures. And it felt a bit more like a sketchbook than Instagram did, because I think Instagram's now, well, I think I find it a place to share like your final things. Whereas now my Substack feels like a scrappy little sketchbook that some people might want to look at, but you don't have to. And it's all for me. Whereas I feel like Instagram for me now is a bit of not a portfolio, but a bit more of a showcase.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. I feel like Instagram is much more like highlights reel in general. It's like everything is fine and I'm having a good time. Whereas on Substack, you could be like, here are my deep thoughts and the whole story. Like for me anyway, I love writing on there and being like, I feel like it's easier to be understood on Substack, whereas Instagram, people glance at it and go, yuck, or yes, or no.
Yeah.
And I don't
exactly.
And it is very
Substack feels a bit more old school Tumblr.
Yes. And I graduated in 2012, so similar time to you. So I feel like I was really into Twitter when I graduated.
Oh, yeah.
And also I loved blogging from like 2006. And I feel like Substack is harking back to that like olden days blogging gorgeousness, where it was like looking at people's pictures and writing like diaries and stuff.
Yeah, it feels like all the bloggers and the Tumblr people went over to Substack.
Yeah,
I
don't think I was ever
got
cool
into
enough
Twitter.
for Tumblr, but
I don't think I was cool enough for it, but I loved it.
You're definitely cool enough for it. You were cool enough for it. I would love to know, when you get a creative brief in now, how does it work? So does the Grand Matter contact you and be like, Alice, we have a job and it's got your name written on it? Or is it like, would you like this? If not, we'll give it to somebody else. Like that first bit, how does that work with an agency?
So the first bit, normally I'd say someone will let's say someone comes to Grand Matter and they'll say, we've got a project, we think Alice would be good for it. And then Grand Matter will send that to me and say, are you interested? And 9 times out of 10, I'm like, yeah, sounds great. And then they'll go back to them and say, yep, sounds good. And then work out what the budget would be and like time scale and stuff. And then sometimes then they're either like, yeah, we're dead set, we definitely want you. Or other times they're like, okay, you're now in the mix. Like you've been put into the mix of, I don't know, 3 to 10 illustrators that the client's looking at. And then after that, sometimes I don't get it. And then I don't think about it ever again. Or if it does go through, then we normally have a meeting with the client and the agent, and Grand Matter help set me out a good timeline, and we then go from there. And we start with the roughs. So normally for client work, if I haven't got much time, then I'll do all my roughs on the iPad, just because it's a lot quicker. And yeah, you can do just a bit more of a turnaround. And so do roughs on the iPad, then they'll get approved. And then I do all my finals hand painted in ink, scan them in. I mean, it's a very rough overview because I feel like it does change project to project. And there's some projects where I'll have a bit more time and a bit more space, and then I can really go all in on like making stuff I do a lot of making stuff out of card and really go to town in my sketchbook rather than do everything digitally. But I think just when it's like if it's a quick turnaround job, it's just so much easier on the iPad. Yeah, I've gone off on a bit of a tangent there. But then normally, then they'll go for finals, and then depending how they want the file, if they need it really, if they want to use it for lots of different things, sometimes I do vector. But my favourite is to leave it as a Photoshop file so you can see all the nice textures. And so it definitely looks handmade.
That's nice. And have you always, I think I saw a thing today where you talked about as a child, you drew things on cardboard. Did you make a bedroom or something? What was that?
Yeah, I did. We moved to Austin in Texas when I was younger, and when we were moving back, because they had to ship everything by sea. So for a couple of weeks, we didn't have any bedroom furniture. So I made a whole bedroom out of cardboard and drew on it. And I made myself a little computer, and there's a chair that you could sit on and a little desk. We've got a home video of it somewhere, and I haven't seen it in ages, but it's very funny.
That's so good. I feel like that's such a good sign. Like you fly in your freak flag, and then your like work now as a grown up, coming back to that like early madness.
Oh my gosh,
so many good clues in that.
It's so nice. I love it. Yeah, with projects where people really let you go to town with like cardboard and like crazy ideas are my absolute favorite ones. Like I do a lot of work with Rap Magazine on greetings cards, and for the latest few collections, they were just like, okay, they gave me a few, it's got to be birthday cards for children. These are some ideas we like, but bring what you want to the table. And I think I spent ages, I've got this giant sketchbook full of like fold out ideas, sticker ideas, cardboard, things like pop up. And I went and showed them, and we went through it all together. And we've come up with a really fun collection of a guinea pig hutch that opens up. And there's cards with little mini cards, and it was really fun.
It's so good.
Feels like such a treat when you get to work with people that are like, bring your crazy ideas. That's really
I love it when a client is, we trust you, go for it. You're like, yes, okay, I will. Hold my drink.
Oh yeah, it's so good. Yeah, I love it. Oh,
I'm just thinking about guinea pig hutch cards now. Like that's my dream.
It's a good one. It's available.
Yeah. What did I write on there? I was just thinking it would be so good to get you in the Freak Flag course to look at that sketchbook. That was it, sketchbooking. What do you sketchbook all the time, or is it like just for work, or do you have it? Yeah,
I'd like to say all the time, but realistically, I feel like it's a little bit more for work. Unless I go on holiday, then I always take a sketchbook on holiday, and that kind of sustains me for a little while after with ideas. But yes, since having a baby, when he was really, really tiny, I'd take him out and go down to the coffee shop, and he'd just sleep on me all the time. And so then I'd take a little sketchbook and come up with ideas, which was really nice. But yeah, I think I should sketchbook more, to be honest. But I think that I beat myself up, and then it feels like a chore. So it kind of goes full circle of like...
I feel like everyone I speak to ever thinks they should use their sketchbook more. It's like a common thing, isn't it? It's like... Everyone thinks they should do more walking. I don't know, but we're all doing a bit more.
Yeah, I think I found like reportage is because I love looking at other people's sketchbooks, and I do quite like doing like drawing from life. But I think my favourite type of sketchbook for me is where it's like, oh, imagine if a card did this, or imagine if you could make this that did this, like kind of more construction ideas than like just recording the way something looks. They're my favourite ones, I think.
Yeah, because a lot of your work it's not fantasy, but it's like characters that you can see they've come from your brain rather than like, there's a duck with a cheeky grin. Like,
I don't really know where it all comes from. I feel like I've been drawing the same characters for years, but not on purpose. Like, I feel like they're living in there somewhere. But
you just bring them out for different commissions.
yeah.
What's your most favourite project that you've ever done so far in your career?
Oh, I was looking back on my website today actually to try and think. I did really enjoy. I did some bags for the Guardian at Glastonbury in 2017, and that was such a fun, unexpected project. And I managed to get to go and saw all that, loads of people wearing I don't know if you've been to Glastonbury, but you get the Guardian have a stand, and if you buy the paper, you get a canvas backpack each day. So there was a different bag for each day. And it was, I think I managed to get in on the Friday, and it was just so nuts seeing everyone wearing these bags with my drawings on. I felt like I wanted to keep going up to everyone and being like, it's me, I did it.
Yeah, I do that. I'd be like, everybody.
Well, we went last year and I kept seeing people with the old versions of my bag, and I get so excited whenever I see them.
So it's like an actual backpack, like not just a tote bag.
Yeah,
wow,
it's like a little tote bag. Yeah, it's a little canvas backpack.
That's so cool.
Yeah, they're really sweet. And so when I went to school, actually sent me a photo. She went I think she went that year, and she collected all the bags, and then she cut them up and made like a really cute bum bag.
Genius.
I know. I don't have those skills, but it looked.
I was going to say, do you have? So obviously you have hobbies and things outside of illustration, but what do you do to relax when you're not illustrating? Because I don't know about you, but I find it really hard to do fun stuff outside of work because I really enjoy drawing. But I had a time where I was like, oh, I'm going to join a comics class, but I'd finish like a 7-hour event drawing for 7 hours and then get to comics class and be like, why did I do this? I cannot draw anymore. So I don't know, have you got any good hobbies or relaxation things that you do?
Oh, I feel like maybe hobbies are a little low on the ground, but
actually, I suppose now is probably not the best time to ask you, like pre-baby. In your old life,
is
5-6 months ago,
a baby. Exercise, I think, because I spend so long sitting, and I'm so bad at like hunching over my desk, working really close to the page. That exercise I find really important. Going to like classes, and I like running and swimming. And I think that all helps. I think being physical then feeds into your work. I can tell if I've had days looking through my sketchbooks or something, days where I've not moved much because my work just feels stale and like stagnant. Whereas if I even going for a walk at lunch, I feel like you come back and you can just put so much more energy into your work.
Yeah, that all feeds in.
Yeah, I think that's really helpful. Yeah, because if I'm really stuck with something, and I go out and go for a walk or run or something, and then, you can kind of think through it all and, see a bit clearer.
That's healthy as well. Very impressed.
I feel like that's making me sound way healthier than I actually am.
Don't tell them. Let them think you're
my other interest is biscuits.
It all balances out.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. So when you're pushing the pram around, that's always good processing time. I used to get some good thinking done.
I think it is now. At the beginning it was not, because I was anxious about pushing a small baby around. Now he's a bit more robust. I feel like
Isn't it mad that you're just allowed to have a child and there's no like test or anything? They're just like, see, you're like, it's a whole human. You're just gonna send me home with it? Don't you want to check that I'm not crazy or anything?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's nuts. But he's doing okay. He's good.
Yeah, that's good. I'm sure he is. There must be some magical internal license that everyone has.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's weird though when they let you out of the hospital and you're like, you sure? Do you want to interview me a bit or?
I didn't do a theory test.
Yeah.
So what's your plans? Like, are you having a break at the moment, or are you still taking bits on?
I'm taking bits on. When I left, I was working on some books for Walker.
Cool.
Which are like baby board books. So I found out I was pregnant on the Monday and then got the book deal on the Wednesday. And it's all like fun, like baby, like novelty board books.
Your work would be so perfect for that as well, with the black and white, like the high contrast.
Yeah, I'm so excited about them. And so I was working on those before, and then I'm picking them up again this summer, which is now. So next month, I think I'll be. So I'm back in now. I had a few months off, but I was getting very itchy fingers. and like very excited to come back. So yeah, coming back slowly.
Brilliant.
But it's just a juggle. But I think it's adding a new layer to my work in an unexpected way of like, yeah, a new level of time management that sounds daunting, but it feels almost like a fun new challenge. We're like doing this, like trying to fit it in with, okay, I've got an hour here and I have to get this done. It's just quite nice.
Yeah,
But at the
there's
moment, I'm
something
enjoying. We'll
magical
see.
happens. Yeah, but you've already got that chunk of time. You squash your efforts in, and you get it done.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh,
I'm
I
so
could do
much more.
that."
Like a little 2-hour spot in the studio, I get so much done
Yeah, it's like
because
a
the
machine.
time feels so precious, and also I'm so excited to get back to him. It's like, yeah, it's really nice, and I've been enjoying making things for him to have a look at and laugh at.
Yay! That's good. He's laughing at them. That's a good sign. I think that's good feedback at his age.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, I'm like, oh, a bit of shiny paper. You like that?
Yeah.
Put a little smiley face, keep you engaged.
Yeah, so good, so good.
Oh,
I think that I've grilled you with all my questions, but this has been so good. Is there any last things you want to share? I'm putting you on the spot here.
Oh, I don't think so. I think we covered everything. I hope there wasn't too much umming and ahhing. I feel like I didn't.
Perfect amount of umming and ahhing.
Oh, fantastic. You've got to mull things over sometimes.
You have to, exactly. It would be weird if there was no umming and ahhing. It'd be like talking to a robot or something.
Yeah, exactly. Human.
Yes. Alice is human. I've verified for everybody. So I'll put all the links below for people to come and find you, because you've got your Substack, your Instagram, your website. We'll put a link to Grandmatter on there if people want to check them out as well, because the stuff is so cool.
Yeah, you should definitely check them out. They're great, and they're all so lovely.
That's good to hear, because sometimes I worry that cool people might be mean, but if they're nice and cool, whoa.
Yeah, they're not mean. They're great. They're really nice. And also, they're all creative themselves, so they know both sides of the coin.
Oh, that's good.
Which I think is really helpful in a...
That makes all the difference, doesn't it? Because they know what they're going to be putting you through or what they're asking of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much, Alice.
Oh, that's okay. Thank you so much for having me. It was so nice of you to ask.